All right, guys. It's David G here again with Lewis and Dennis the Butcher, and we're here for another Wrestling Guy Presents podcast. And I'm gonna tell you, we have a very special guest on air with us today. She is from an organization you used to watch, Butchie, and I used to watch. I remember I used to make sure I watched because they were hot.
Well,
Do you know who I'm talking about?
you don't have to say no more. You're talking about GLOW.
Yes, I am. I'm talking about GLOW, the GLOW Girls. Woo! I used to have my crushes back then. And this guest is Lonchero's crush. Remember, you had her on the butcher shop, and you were a little upset that she was, a little infatuated with Lonchero.
Yeah, because you know what, Lonchero was like pretty much still in part of the show and some of the questions, and next thing you know, she was more focused on you.
But let me introduce.
Wait, can you just introduce me already? You guys are killing me.
Thank you.
Let me introduce Roxy.
Oh my God, I almost fell asleep.
Oh my goodness.
How are you, Roxy?
Hello, this is Roxy Astor here. So now that I'm woken up from that, I am good. I'm good. Glad to be here.
How's everything?
Mm-hmm.
How's everything been going? You've been really busy with the GLOW After party and the.
Well, yes, the Afterglow fan party, which was October 25th, and that was just the recent October. Now we're coming on to the first year anniversary. And the funny thing is, I had no idea where it was going to go after that, but the fans loved the DVD. They loved, the whole idea of it. And like I said, and from the start, I did this for the fans. I'm staying true to the whole concept of the Afterglow fan party.
Right.
And you know what that's leading into? I'm sure everybody knows on Facebook, the Afterglow fan party cruise.
Yes.
So
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
That should be fun.
Yeah.
With all the GLOW girls on cruise and everything.
Okay, look, you mix GLOW Girls, tequila, margaritas, you are in for a good time. And we're doing another Afterglow fan party. That's going to be like the main event on it. It's one night. The main event, and then it's going to be MTV is going to go back and do her 80s style disco. Remember she had the disco ball and woo, you know how she is.
Right.
By that time, I think we're all going to be pretty drunk, so we're going to have fun with the fans.
So how did the idea of going on a cruise to do the after party come about?
I didn't know where I was going to go from the original idea. Like I said, it was just kind of like a thing I'd wanted to do for a while. And we, the girls, I think there was like 4 of us. There's Hollywood, Lightning, MTV, Lolita, Godiva. We were at RuPaul's DragCon, the very first DragCon, and it was amazing. There was like over, I think, 13,000 people there. So, we're amongst all these beautiful women, gorgeous, and they were coming up to us going, wow, oh my gosh, the GLOW Girls, the GLOW Girls. And I kind of did my hair teased up without going the full red. I'm kind of staying away from that. I did the glitter, the 80s style hair, and people were coming up, and we had a couple girls that were crying, like, oh my God, it's you. And we're like, oh my God, it's you. Because they're like, you guys remember us after 27 years? And they remember us because since Facebook, they followed us for 27 years. That to me is like unheard of.
Right.
So I was actually there with the Afterglow fan party DVD, signing them. I'm not really hustling them, or I don't really, there, you got to get this. I want the fans to want, to do this.
Right.
So there was a really nice guy named Jason Passage. Hey, Jason. I gave him a DVD. Didn't even sell it to him. I go, here you go. Have a good time with it. Nice. And before we were leaving on the second day, he brought it over to go see Travel.
Okay.
And one guy was a fan of GLOW. He had puppets in his hands. And my boyfriend, Dan, he's like, go take a picture. I'm like, yeah, I don't want you. He goes, go. So I took a picture. We were talking about GLOW. He goes, oh my God, it's GLOW. And we get that response a lot. And it still baffles me, but they love GLOW. And there was another guy who's never heard of it. He said, we got to get them on a cruise. So, I just handed him over the DVD, and he said, call me. Well, when you say call me, to me, that is an open invitation to call you until I get an answer. Because you open that door, I'm going through it. And so we've been in contact with Go See Travel. So now we have the first ever Afterglow fan party on Carnival Cruises, May 22nd through the 26th, 2016. Wow. So, but the thing is, to be a part of this group, like, people have to put their deposits down, because, I mean, this thing could sell out, because we're not like the only people on the cruise. Right. And it's a very popular cruise, you know, going to Catalina and Ensenada. So that's why I'm trying to tell them. They're excited. Cool. So, David, you've seen it, right? The Afterglow, I invited you to the page, and you can kind of see. I have one guy, Anthony Collin, who's actually counting down the hour down to the second of when his cruise is. Right. And I think that's great.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, and he's been really, is he the one that's working on the new, I guess, some shirts or some character designs?
No, okay, that's my buddy, Adrian Duarte, who is, he's amazing. Hey, Adrian, I told him I'd give him a shout-out. He is huge GLOW fan. He already booked his cabin. I think he was, like, the first one to do it. And now what he's trying to do is raise money, so a few of the GLOW fans that can't make it, the money, the proceeds will go to that, which I think is cool. And the same thing with my Afterglow DVD. If anybody wants to buy that, 75% goes to a couple fans that can't make it. So we're trying to make this, and these are like, you know, die-hard GLOW fans. And they just, you know, they don't have it. So, you know, we want them there. So Adrian Duarte kind of came up with that, you know, that whole rainbow thing going on, right, all over Facebook. So he put it over GLOW, and it's really, really a cool thing. So he's just kind of taken off. So I'm glad you noticed that, though. I think Adrian would appreciate that.
Yes, I did. I noticed it today, and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. They're coming up with something.
Okay, so make sure you buy your shirt.
Yes, I hope you're gonna give us a chance to carry them over here, Adrian. We are the wrestling guy store.
I mean, rainbow pride. Yeah. And there's even glitter, so you guys can wear the glittery shirts with pride.
I'll make sure to get Butchie one.
Well, get David a rainbow one.
Yeah, it comes with accessories, makeup.
Let me ask you. So, how did the first after party go? I mean, the one that was in Hollywood.
Okay, besides being probably the most stressful time in my life, besides having kids, let's just say, and the funny thing is, MTV and I were talking, and we were doing another radio show, but the thing is with the Afterglow, I just had the idea, like, hey, MTV, we should do something like the Afterglow fan party, and then I'm going to do a Kickstarter and this, and it was just kind of a thought, kind of, you know, I'm bouncing off Gremlina and MTV, and they're like, yeah, let's do it. So I think MTV thought that the Kickstarter was already in place. Okay. She announces on radio to everybody, hey, there's a Kickstarter for the Afterglow fan party. I'm like, oh my God, I have nothing done. I haven't even done it. It was just an idea. So I was kind of backed into a corner. So it was kind of like from the time the Kickstarter went up until the Afterglow party, which was, so let's give it a time frame of maybe 3 months, raised the money, set decorated, did it all, got the girls together. I think on stage I almost fell asleep.
Oh my God.
And I gave the mic over to Godiva. I gave the show over to Johnny C., the original ring announcer. I gave the show over to the girls. And the only thing that kept me awake was Matilda sitting next to me with her big boobs that looked like pillows I wanted to go to sleep on. And Daisy, who kept nudging me with her elbow going, what the F? But the fans and the thing is, in the DVD, you can actually see their faces, and these are real reactions from the girls. There was, I don't know if you saw the DVD, we had Major Tanya singing, which I think was great. I told the girls, express yourself for 5 minutes. Okay, big mistake. So, Major Tanya, she, which is Noelle Rose, she played her guitar. She loves to sing and did something. It was like 5 courses, but we kept thinking that it was over after each course. And some of the girls were very happy about each course being finished. And you could see them after each course, or verse, going.
Right.
That they were nudging each other. They were laughing, and Noelle did a great job. But you could see all the reactions.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say I haven't given Major Tanya a DVD yet. just imagine that. You have MTV who's headbanging in the back. She's headbanging. The whole audience is laughing. It's not meant to be funny, but we're the GLOW Girls.
Right.
So we play off each other, and we give each other a bad time. So I thought it was great though. So every girl had their chance to express themselves, and I think Major Tanya did a great job.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you now, with the GLOW. I mean, a lot of fans, were they surprised that you guys are so charismatic as you guys appeared on TV? Or were they, what I mean? Were they surprised that you guys are almost character-like? Because I mean.
Well, are you talking at the Afterglow?
Yeah, at the Afterglow.
Party?
From fans, like, you know what I mean, like.
Yes.
Because they only saw you guys on TV.
Okay, but you should understand though too. For years I did not realize that I was really Roxy Astor. I mean, without the money and the diamonds and that, I really was that character, and I had no idea. And Matt Zimber, the director, picked each character for who they were, their personalities, and I think he's kind of followed us through life. Now, at the Afterglow, we were just excited to see the fans that we've been talking to for years. So it was kind of like a win-win situation. Like, oh my God, it's Keith Mayer. Oh my God, it's Mike Conrad. And Adam Silver. And so we were just excited that these are really our personalities. So I don't think they were kind of shocked because you could see us on Facebook, I think, but to be face-to-face with us, and then we're having a drink with them in the next room next,
Right.
And then we're at RuPaul's. And I think that was more of a shock because those were fans that were not so connected with on Facebook. So they were more shocked, like, okay, these girls are fun. I mean, they're actually fun. And that's, I think, how we got, the Afterglow Fan Party book. So,
Right.
It's because who we are.
I have a question.
I'm not saying a lot of us. Well, there's just that group of us.
Right. Let me ask you now. When you did GLOW, what was your favorite moment there? Besides, I mean, getting signed. Well, let me ask you this: how did you get signed to GLOW? How did that come about?
And it's actually, people ask me that, and at the Afterglow Fan Party, I told the truth, and this is the truth. I was a fan of GLOW. I watched it every Saturday morning, just like everybody else. I broke up with a boyfriend from Seattle, drove out here, needed a job, was watching it Saturday morning. I'm like, oh my God, I love Tina Ferrari. Oh my God, I love The Housewives. And I was a fan. What do you call that? Is that a mark? Is that what you call it?
Right.
Oh my gosh, I was a mark. I was a mini mark. So I didn't quite know what that was. And then all of a sudden, they got to understand, season 1 and 2, I guess the girls quit. And this is something, a lot of people didn't know, and they were looking for new girls. And on the screen, it said, do you want to be a GLOW Girl? So I'm like, yeah, okay, I need a job. So I called them up, and there was 3,500 girls that tried out, and 2 days later, I went for a tryout. I was in Vegas.
Nice.
So we had to get ourselves to Vegas.
Wow.
So if you wanted it, you got yourself there.
Right. And now, where were you coming from? From LA or?
Yeah, from LA, and I drove myself in my little 924 Porsche Black. I was the only one, I think, that had a car. There was a few of us that had a car, so we were like the cool kids.
Now, before you went to GLOW, were you already involved in wrestling, or were you interested, or did this just fell out of nowhere?
No, yeah, I was a hairdresser, and I've been a hairdresser for 30 years. Out of high school, I did something hairdresser. I did that during high school, and then I went to the Seattle Art Institute, where I became a fashion major, 2 months away, but I didn't get my degree. And then I was always like, I want to go to LA. I swear, since watching Flashdance, I'm like, I gotta do that. I gotta be a girl,
Right.
So I've always wanted to go to LA. So when I had the chance, my sister was out here, and I just decided to come out here. So it was just kind of a weird thing. Watching it, yes, it just happened so quick. And there I am in Vegas, looking about, at 100 girls, like all shapes and sizes. One girl who stood out to me was Eastie, because she was so loud. And then there was a girl with a green mohawk. So a lot of these girls that you thought would really make it, that were tough and all that, they wimped out like the first week. So,
wow.
And we're like, yeah, oh, good. It's a space for me now.
What I was going to ask you was, so who was responsible of your training during the time? Because when you're in the ring, you were quite vicious.
Okay, well, in the GLOW documentary, it says Mondo Guerrero. He did, I think, first season and second. Now, our trainers were Nanichka and WW Tom.
Oh, there you go.
Wow.
And that was it, yeah. So we learned from the girls.
Wow. Now, but
I kind of put my own spin on it because I wanted to be, I've always wanted to be a bad girl. So if I couldn't be a bad girl, I'd, kind of do my little thing and try to get away with it, with being that character. And I think I did.
Yeah,
because some people were a little confused, so.
Right. No, you did great. I mean, you're one of the. Now, did you think when you signed up and you got they told you you're going to be part of GLOW? Did you think it was going to be as big as it became? And
yeah, I know. No, how can you even imagine that? I mean, most shows get canceled, and this was such a, this is back in, I think, like the Hee-Haw days and all of that. And I just wanted to have a good time with it, and whatever happened, but I put my all into it. Like, I would run every day, and, I took it real serious. Of course, we'd party at night, but we're in Vegas. So, who would have thought, and I understand we're filming and then we're not seeing our matches, and all of a sudden, some of the girls will go into Family Feud. I went to Card Sharks, where we're hitting every, game show out there, talk shows, and it was just, and then when we did our tour, people were freaking out over us, and we had no idea because there's no internet back then.
Right.
We were so big without knowing it, which was good because none of us got a big head about it. We were like, it was like being a rock star for a little bit. And then, how do you deal with that and go back to normal life after that,
Right.
When Wrestlelicious, when they came out, did you or any of the girls make any special appearance there?
You mean on the actual show?
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe you can answer that for me. Do you know?
No, because you know what? When I watched, I watched a couple of episodes, but I didn't know how long did it last. Because I remember two friends of mine that were in that show, which was Lizzie Valentine and New York Nikki. And and I remember.
Oh yeah, I know both of them.
Yeah, and Jimmy Hart, was in it, but I saw that on the Wii TV. Is it the Wii channel or
Wii TV?
Wii TV. And I'm like, wow, Wrestlelicious. And right away, I did thought of you guys because of GLOW, because it was all female.
Right.
So that's why I wonder if you guys did a special appearance. Because I didn't watch Wrestlelicious.
All right, well, I'll tell you the inspiration behind that. Now, Steve Blanche, who was the writer for GLOW, is actually the writer for Wrestlelicious. And Johnny C., who is, partner, he is also the producer of Wrestlelicious, who was our guy back in GLOW, Johnny C.
Okay.
So it's Steve Blanche, the original writer, and you have Johnny C. So you have really a good formula there for a really good show.
Right.
That's why people are like, well, you guys are trying to be like GLOW and that. But you know what? It was like that, but they also put a different spin on it, like with the girls in the water and that. And to me, it was a good show. Yeah, and they have a lot of followers. We're just waiting to see what else happens with them. Who knows?
Do you still get people that come up to you and tell you, you know what, that Wrestlelicious was just a ripoff of GLOW? Like were they?
You know what? You get that. Yeah, you get that with Wow Pow Crush. You get that with everything. I don't know if you know that my daughter actually, she was 2B Hall in Wrestlelicious.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
You didn't know that?
Well, I have a question about your daughter though in a little bit because I heard a rumor.
Oh, there you go.
Oh boy.
I heard it.
I swear she wasn't there. I swear it was only one. Yeah, one time. Wait, what? What is this rumor?
Well, forget the later. Might as well say.
Well, yeah. Well, before I get to that, you know why I didn't watch Wrestlelicious because I didn't know that it was the same people that were behind GLOW or behind Wrestlelicious. So for me, it was like a rip-off of GLOW. So that's why I was like, no, I'm not going to watch it. I like GLOW. It was an original. So.
Well, not to interrupt, but just to put it, I didn't see it as a rip-off. I thought it was a great idea. I'm like, wow, this is like a great format just like GLOW. So I say GLOW.
Right.
Well, just to me, I'm more of a, not a rip-off. I'm just saying, like, to me, it felt like they were trying to. It just didn't have the same charisma.
You said rip-off.
That GLOW.
Okay, but you guys have to understand. Okay, we're back in the 80s.
Right.
Total different time. Now we're here. So you have a little bit of that GLOW. You have a little bit of, more today. So there's kind of that mixture, which I think it worked.
Right.
And because you have the writer, because you have that, to me, that's not a ripoff.
Thank you.
I think it's a great thing.
Right.
To be, after GLOW, because you have the original guys.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Now, the rumor about your daughter that I heard is that she had a WWE tryout.
Let's leave down, huh? Okay, yes, she did. She had a tryout, but that was on, I think that was on, I don't think it was Lords of Pain. It was one of, you probably know the sites where they do the news. I'm not sure who it is.
Right.
But they said that Kayla Meltzer, daughter of GLOW legend, and then they spell my name wrong, R-O-X-I, Roxy Astor, we were informed that she was at the WWE tryout.
Right.
At the NXT building. So, yes, she was there. She was at a tryout for 2 days. And, we don't know what happens, but all I can say about that is she had the best time of her life, whatever comes out of it, and she got to see Dusty Rhodes.
Wow.
That weekend. So that was the highlight, she said, of the whole weekend. She got to see him. And I think it was, I don't know, Goldust, I think he walked through. So,
wow.
You know what? That was all worth it. She had a great time. She got, just to be there. I remember her texting me going, oh my gosh, is this real? Oh my God. And she was so excited, just like, this is so crazy. And, you didn't see me blasting it all over Facebook.
Right.
I didn't do it. Nobody knew.
Right.
Because, it was just something that, she's going for a tryout. They're interested. I think there was like 30 people there. But like I said, she came back and said, I got to see Dusty Rhodes. And she was really, really happy about that.
How long ago?
Then we hear, the bad thing that happened. So.
Dang.
Hey, Roxy, I got a question. With that in mind, with the WWE, which one, I don't know if you're keeping up with the product. I don't know if you watch it or not.
Yep, I am, yep.
Oh, okay. Which diva do you think would pretty much fit in with GLOW out of all of them?
I think they all would.
Really?
They would. I think they all would. I think, with something like GLOW, there's a place for everybody. And, I love the whole twin thing. That's cool. Bailey. Mm-hmm. There's Bailey, right? Is she the one that's kind of funny and quirky?
Yeah,
the hugger.
Yes, the hugger.
Yeah, and then there's one called Green Pants that I really like.
Oh, Blue Pants.
Blue Pants. Yes.
Yeah, but Blue Pants or Green Pants? Okay, they need Green Pants there because she has that accent. I don't know. So, there's so many characters that I'm thinking, who do I really like? Paige is that bad girl that I think that WWE needed, and I have to say, I hated her in the beginning. I did, and now she's growing on me, and I'm like, no.
That's funny.
I did not want to like her, and I like her, and she's such a mouth, and I think that's why I like her.
Let me ask you, when you were in GLOW, was there ever a goal for you guys to go that you wanted to be in WWE, or were you guys just happy where you were, like, you know what, this is our thing and we want to make it the best place possible?
Okay, well, I think for all the girls, they all had their different agendas. Like, a few wanted to be actresses, and I don't know, a lot of people know I left to go have a baby.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't know if you saw this, David, but I posted something on my first skit ever. If you didn't, I'm going to post it on your wall. It's a boxing 8-minute video of where Roxy, it was going to be like my first thing, and it's Roxy boxing, and it's Tiffany and I, and we're doing this whole skit. It is so corny and it's funny, and I'm like 2 months pregnant, and I'm running through the heat, getting ready to throw up, and Matt, the director, we're in Oxnard, has me running around on purpose because he knew I was pregnant. I think he was mad. And my boobs are huge. My God, I'm so miserable. So the pain you see is real pain and morning sickness. But I'm going to post that on there, and you will get the biggest kick out of it. So
Yes.
Yeah, and you can see Steve Blanche, the one from Restlicious, the writer. He's like the guy who's like my trainer, and it's just a really funny, campy thing. But a lot of the girls, I think they went to Crush, Pow Wow, and I heard a story that Hollywood actually went for WWE tryout and would have made it, but she had something wrong with her knee.
Wow.
So I think between her and Tina Ferrari were like the only ones that I think were interested. When I left Glow, I was like, if I'm not going to do Glow, because we were going to do a movie, we're going to, the dolls, just everything was just going to be big for us. And then when I left Glow, I was done. I just kind of wanted to go out. Okay, this is all I wanted to do. I didn't want to be a wrestler for years and years.
Right.
And a lot of the girls did other things, boxing, like I said, Pow Wow, Crush, they did all that.
Wow. Now, Matilda.
Mm-hmm.
She, I know you stay in touch with her, and she's still a big name. I mean, did you ever get the vibe? Because I watched the documentary, and I was so amazed by her. She really wanted to challenge Hulk Hogan back in WWF. And did you ever get that vibe that she was like the Hulk Hogan for Glow? Or was that more Mount Fiji?
I think, okay, I have to ask you, Hulk Hogan, good or bad guy? Which one is he? Is he heel?
He was the good guy, of course, but he was the face of WWE, which that's why I'm wondering, like, who do you think would be more the face of Glow, Matilda or Mount Fiji?
You know what? I can't pick between them both because when you got those two together, Mount Fiji and Matilda, I mean, those two in the ring, it was just like, it was like fire. It was amazing. People loved it. You had the giants in the ring. Okay, minus Matilda, it's not the same thing with Mount Fiji. Same thing, you take out Mount Fiji, it's just not the same. You have this big woman wrestling little girls. So you get the two giants, and I think that's more amazing. And then when Big Bad Mama came along,
right.
I mean, that was even like a triple threat. But by that time, Matilda was gone.
Right.
So, yeah, so I have to say Matilda and Mount Fiji. And Hollywood, because she was in all 4 seasons, know? She was huge, too, so. Now, you notice I didn't put my name up there, right? Okay.
Did you like being
That's where you were supposed to go, David.
I was going to.
But what about you?
Well, I was going to ask you, did you enjoy being more a heel or a face? Realistic.
Oh, I wanted to be a heel.
Really?
I wanted to get away with, dirtier moves. Oh, no, I wanted to be a heel.
Is it more fun, like people say, it's more fun to be the heel?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get away with them. So my thing is, if I couldn't be a heel, I would, like, do my little claps and look at people. And I have to say this, for all those of you who do not know this, AJ did not come up with her skip out to the ring. Look at Roxy Ouster's matches and tell me who came out with the
Exactly.
skip.
I think you have the gimmick infringement right there.
I came out with a skip. And I came out with a skip because I had to get out there really quick. And if I felt like I ran, I'd look retarded. So I was like, let me do this kind of neat and come out and stop and do all that. So I came out with a skip.
Now, when the documentary that was made, it was one of the best.
Yes.
Everybody, not even a Glow fan, or you don't even have to be a wrestling fan. That documentary was great. Do you feel? Me and Lewis were talking before we came on the air.
Yeah.
We felt it should have been longer. Do you agree with that, or?
Well, how long was it? Was it like an hour and a half, or?
The one I saw, it didn't even feel like it was an hour. I think it barely reached the hour.
Okay, you know what though? But you also kind of don't want to, keep stringing it along. It did its purpose. Honestly, what I wish that there were more girls interviewed.
Exactly.
There was a few girls that were not that I'm like, hey, why weren't they there? But,
Yeah.
I know you had, the two guys from Texas that did it, and they work with Little Egypt, who was getting people together for it. So I'm sure that's no easy task.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when something is so good, there's like, well, you could also do a part 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Who knows? Okay, so let me work this in. I'm actually working on an Afterglow fan party documentary, and this is a documentary about the fans. Of how did they feel? What did they feel when GLOW was taken off the air so suddenly?
Right.
Because from what I heard, a lot of the fans went through withdrawals. So the documentary I'm working on is kind of dropping off, I feel like, where that did. Not so much the girls. This documentary is about the fans only and their stories. So I have a story where one guy, he spent $500 on when you could call the GLOW Girls, $500, and he got in trouble. Another guy called the Riviera looking for us when we were off the air. So, I mean, from what I've heard, we've changed lives, and so I didn't realize, like the sad stories that went along with GLOW being taken off the air. So that I'm kind of picking up from that, but kind of minus the girls, and it's just about the fans.
Oh, that'd be good.
And I'm showing that on the Afterglow Fan Party Cruise. That's going to be a screening over there.
Oh, okay.
Quick question. Was it like refusal on part of some of the talent to not be interviewed for the documentary? I'm talking about the 2012 documentary. And with that in mind, are there some of the girls that still won't attend any reunions, maybe because they just want to keep their lives private? Or
yeah, that's always, that's always a question with the fans, and they kind of reach out to me in personal message and Facebook. And like even, with the cruise, they're asking me, how come this one? I'm like, I can't force people to want to be a part of something. I mean, they've moved on. It's 27 years later. They have their life. Not everybody is, like MTV or myself or Sunny or Gremlina. You can't force them to have lives. I'm sure they'll attend, like, the events that we have that are worth it.
Yeah.
But, for the documentary, I think that was kind of an important piece where if they didn't want to be a part of it, I feel like they should have, but you know what, you can't force them.
Yeah. With that in mind, quick question, because two of my favorites that weren't featured in the documentary was Spanish Red, and the girl that played both Dementia and the Widow, the one that couldn't blink for more than 10 minutes.
Okay, so you want to know about Spanish Red?
Yes, if you can, please.
Okay, rumors, she's in Canada.
Okay.
That's all I heard. She's fine, and she's in Canada.
Okay.
That's all I know. Now, I don't know the truth. Dementia, who I can say was in one of my favorite matches ever that I ever did, sorry, Godiva, was the one where Dementia and I switched characters. And she played such a great Dementia with her eyes. Now, she was in the GLOW documentary. She's been invited to things, like the Afterglow. So I kind of put the word out, but like I said, I also don't shove myself onto people, and if they want to, I would always love to have any of the GLOW girls be involved in what I'm doing. But I'm not going to invade their privacy.
Okay. Thank you.
And you got Facebook, and it's very easy to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Now, on the documentary, is it true that the faces had to be away from the heels and the heels had to be away from the faces? Did they really keep you guys apart?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on, this is back in the 80s, and, we were the first, female show, to do this. So, and that was the whole build-up. So, I'm trying to think who my friend was. Oh, what was a good girl? It was Justice. She was my friend. And you know what? But at nighttime, I went and partied with Beastie. with Beastie and Daisy. I'm going to tell you one thing about Beastie. Okay. Her size, whatever she was, we went out to the clubs. The guys loved her. I mean, she would be the one to pick up the guys, and we'd get her leftovers. So, yes, we did hang out. But she didn't have her Beastie costume on, so I don't think they knew who she was until she, switched her head over, and you could see where her head was shaved. And they're like, oh, wow, you're a GLOW girl. And I also went out, to the clubs, because I would wash the red out of my hair, and I was a blonde underneath, so nobody quite knew who I was either.
Yeah.
but you would get fined if you hung together, like, you know, where we weren't being watched by Matt Zimber. Like if we're in an airport or something like on shore, we could not be together.
Wow. Now, and that must have been harder, though, than, I mean, did any girls really get upset to the point where they were like, you know what, I'm going home because you guys are too strict?
You know what? I think we all got caught up in having so much fun that it wasn't like, and honestly, too, you know, Matt Zimmer, you want to go home? Bye.
Wow.
There's going to be one more girl to replace you. So, you know, I never felt like I'm Roxy and I can do what I want to do. You know, I play by the rules. You know, but I broke a few rules, too.
Right.
But I wasn't obvious about it. You know, you had to be very, you know, kind of slick about it and do things like that. Yeah, so if you wanted to leave, goodbye. And that was okay. There was really no big stars that were going. It had to be my way. Anyway, except for Sally. Wait. Let me take that back. Sally, the farmer's daughter.
Oh.
She worked it. Oh yeah, she worked it.
She was one of my favorites.
She was exactly. I mean, she was gorgeous,
yes.
and she got away with crap. But I mean, nobody could replace her. Come on. If I look like that, I'd work it too.
I'm gonna be honest. She was every teenage boy's probably fantasy of the farmer's daughter for everybody.
Yeah. She was great, and she actually did a Tulare Comic-Con with me a few months ago.
Wow. Okay.
You didn't know that? You didn't?
No. You know what? There needs to be more. You know, they don't really push. Besides yourself, I don't see a lot of Glow out there, and I wish they would put more stuff out there because
at least in YouTube,
there would be more fans or YouTube or something. Because unless they're following you, I feel there's so many wrestling signings and autograph signings that they just forget to mention there's a Glow Girl at Comic-Con or at RuPaul's Drag Con.
You know what? Okay. Yeah, I pushed the Tulare, and the thing is, and that was through Combat Radio, and it was a really cool thing, so it was nice of the girls to come out there. And it was our first time out there, but you know, there were some good names that were going there, so it's not, you know, like anybody's too good to go to Tulare, but, you know, if you didn't want to make the drive, you didn't want to do it. So
right.
we talked Sally into going. And then there ended up being a fight in the motel room. A fist fight between Sunny and Sally.
Oh, my God.
Was the highlight of the whole weekend. We're doing a panel, and Sally's just ripping into everybody. And I'm still waiting to see that footage, by the way.
I'm sure someone's going to put it on YouTube soon.
Oh, my God. If it shows up on YouTube, you guys will die laughing. Oh, my God. She'll have a whole new fan base. But I think we're doing, there's something for October 17th for breast cancer, and it's at the Roosevelt Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that?
Yes.
And, yeah, if you look at that, so some of the Glow Girls are going to be out there helping, and we're working on getting into Stan Lee's, what do they call that? It's called something different.
Kamikaze?
Yeah, and that's going to be, I think, Halloween, so we're working to get into that.
Oh, okay.
So I think kind of the Afterglow and the Glow documentary kind of gave us a boost up to like, oh my gosh, these girls are still out there, and they're still a lot of fun.
Right.
You know? So, and the funny thing is, the cruise guy that we're working with, Donald, he's going on a cruise. He said he has never seen, and he used this word, where the celebrities
right.
interact with their fans so much. And I'm like, we have a celebrity? What?
Well, let me ask you that. Did you ever see you guys yourselves as celebrities, or did you just girls having fun?
I'm having fun. Come on, I don't take myself serious at all. That's why if anybody rips into me, you're like, have fun. You know, I'm my own worst. I make fun of myself. You know, and I have fun with the fans and everything with my character. Like RuPaul, I got into character. Oh yeah, I had a good time. Right now, okay, let me tell you what I'm wearing. Pink polka dot jammies with a t-shirt and Batman slippers. There you go. Now take that vision tonight with you, all you Roxy lovers.
Now, I'm going to ask you, what was RuPaul's reaction when he saw all you girls?
Well, you know what? He didn't see us, and we didn't see him.
Wow.
He was, he's so popular. And there were so many cool drag queens there that there was, and this was the first one, and he was in another corner. So we wanted to see him, but when we were at our booth, everybody was just so amazed about, it being the first one, what was there.
Right.
And it was mostly girls from the DragCon show. And it was just, I was in awe of the whole thing. And I was just happy to be there and happy to be invited. And actually Hollywood got that whole thing together. So, and Lightning, she got the Hotel Roosevelt thing, she got that together. So it's kind of like all of the girls are coming together finally after 27 years and working together. So we're out there more for the fans.
Now, would you like to see, we see all these classic TV shows coming back. Would you like to see GLOW come back, like, maybe on, like, well, I can't say Nick at Night anymore because they don't, I can't even say TV Land because they have original program. But there's like a local channel here in MeTV. You think we can possibly see maybe GLOW back in syndication somehow?
Well, that's the million-dollar question is who owns the tapes of GLOW?
Right.
You have a lot of copies. Nobody knows who has the originals or where it is. I think GLOW would have been back on the air, and I think it would have revived us and kept us going, somehow. Instead, people are like, going to YouTube, and there's like a whole thing of, hey, do you have that one, or do you have that season? Now, if you really think about it, if we were on like TV Land or something, these fans might not all kind of keep in touch with each other and keep that whole thing going.
Right.
Because it's almost like they're swapping cars. Like, hey, I've got that one. You got that one? Yeah, I need that one. So I might have taken away from that. Would it have been nice? Yeah, but you know what? We're on YouTube, so I'm good with that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think, and it might be keeping GLOW more interesting because, like you said, people are going to YouTube to look for videos or going to other fans and saying, hey, do you have it?
Right. And now all these guys, they're buddies. They're friends. And now they talk to each other. That's why I'm saying it's so, weird how everything turned out. Like there's no tapes. There's nothing. It's just YouTube. And you can talk to the girls. Some of them won't talk to you on Facebook. Some of them will. But I don't think it would have been the same. Just like, somebody asked me this question. If GLOW was still going on from the whole time, because we started off with WWF at the time, same time, and do we think that GLOW would have lasted and been as big? I don't think so. I think GLOW needed to do its thing back in the 80s and go out there and, you know what I mean, and just keep it back in the past.
Right.
And move from that. Wow. I don't think it would have had the same impact that it does if it was still on the air.
Wow.
But we did open the door for the divas, I feel like, and open the door for a lot of other things, just like Moolah and all the other girls opened the doors for us.
Right. I agree. I think GLOW had a big impact.
My favorite documentary, besides the GLOW documentary, Lipstick and Dynamite. Love it.
Right. Oh, that was a great documentary.
Those girls, they kicked butt. Oh, my God.
Right. Oh,
I'm like, wow, I would never do that.
Well, I have a quick question, and it's regarding about female wrestling. Now, we had GLOW, we had WrestleLicious, and then, of course, now with the reality show with the Divas. Here in the independent wrestling, we have also female wrestling that people love to see still. Do you think that we, or maybe you might know, I don't know, or it could be a hush-hush thing, do you feel or do you know we might have another female wrestling organization such like you guys back in the days?
You mean like in the indie wrestlers now?
Or just a new promotion of female wrestling?
Do you think we'll see another GLOW?
I think there needs to be. Because I did the AfterBuzz TV show. It was a radio show, and somebody, asked me, about what I thought about the Divas, on WWE, and I said, I don't think they have enough time on TV. They're just kind of, out there, and then they're gone. So I love the fact that all the indie wrestlers are doing what they're doing, and I know they're not getting paid a lot, and I'm hoping something happens good with them, but I think a lot of them they want to go to WWE.
Now, do you go,
or TNA or something?
Right. Do you go like to any of the indie shows? Like if you ever have the time, do you go check out any shows?
I do. I've actually gone to Vendetta Wrestling.
Wow. Okay.
I've gone to that. Yeah, I go to Billy Blade's show and watch that. I like watching the indie wrestling. The cool thing is when I was with Kayla watching Wrestlicious, it was in Minnesota where they filmed it at Prince's club. Remember where he did the Purple Rain?
Oh, yeah.
Movie? Okay, that's where they filmed Wrestlicious.
Oh,
so
okay.
they filmed it, and then after that, they did like an indie wrestling show right after that, and it was crazy. You had these guys were jumping off. I think he was dressed like a dog. Jumping off like these stairs and landing. I had the best time. I like indie wrestling because you can get away with a lot more. I don't like all the cutting and the bleeding and all that, but they're crazy, and I like that. It kind of reminds me of Chainsaw and Spike, who came out with a chainsaw.
Right.
Heavy Metal Sisters.
Heavy Metal Sisters.
Yeah, weren't they great?
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
So, you know what? My hat's off to all the indie wrestlers that are just taking the bumps and, doing their day jobs just to do it. Could I do it? No way.
Let me ask you this:
Couldn't do it.
with the divas, and this goes to the divas because you say you do watch the current product. Do you think we're missing some of the gimmicks like we had back in the '80s, like the glow gimmicks?
Yes.
And would you like to see that make more of a comeback?
No.
No.
No. I think, you know what? Wrestlicious has the great gimmicks.
Yeah.
With the Divas,
I
it's
agree.
more realistic. It's more real life because you see John Cena with his girlfriend. You see who's the other guy? Daniel Bryan or Brian Daniel? You get confused with that. With the other twin, and you're actually getting into their lives now. How much of it is real, you don't know, but you're seeing more into their lives now. With Glow or anything else, Wrestlicious, you're seeing characters.
Right.
And I'm sure, they are playing characters to a point, but it's more real life. And I think people are into, like, the real life of really what's going on. Now, could I see a show with the Glow Girls now about what's going on with us? I could totally see us because the Glow Girls now are riots.
Right. How about a
They're
Legends House?
funny. Yeah, that I could see. I could see that happening,
Would you do it?
So, absolutely. Yeah. To have a camera follow me around now. When people watch it, yep. When they get a taste of reality, yeah. They see me go
See
to
Roxy
Starbucks
brushing her
every
teeth?
day, getting a 4-shot espresso on the computer.
Hey, they would see you right now with the polka dots and the Batman.
Batman slippers. Nail polish, quite not on. That's it. That's reality. You want to see that? I'm all over it.
Let me ask you now: when Glow abruptly ended, what was? I mean, the documentary does kind of hint at how the girls reacted, but how did you see it differently from maybe than the documentary?
Okay, I had already left.
Right.
And so I didn't quite know what was going on because, like I said, there's no internet, and I didn't call up. By that time, I had a couple of kids, and, I didn't, whatever happened. I know a lot of the girls, I think they went to Hawaii, they went to Japan. So we were always kind of waiting for the big payoff, which is the movie, the dolls, the big payoff. And, that was just kind of a bummer when there was no big payoff. But to me, that's what I'm saying, the payoff now is talking now about it and still being a part of it.
Right.
I mean, sure, the money would have been great. But I didn't really know. I think the Diva stayed till the end. MTV, Gremlina left early, Sunny left earlier. So the other girls, Hollywood, she would know. I think she was there till the end. And I think Mount Fiji.
Wow.
So I really did not. I left before that happened, but thinking I was coming back.
Right. Dang. So because the documentary does show a little sadness. I think fans were just bummed out completely because you couldn't find it from one week to the next.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that's why the documentary that I'm working on now for the fans is when it was taken off, how suddenly, and I guess it was almost like a pattern, like it was shown in the TV guide.
Mm-hmm.
It started off in the beginning, I think, after WWE, and then all of a sudden, you're setting your VHR, is that what they're called? VHRs? I forgot what they are.
VCR.
VCRs. Remember those things?
Beta.
Butcher still has one.
What are those
I
things?
still use a VCR.
And then at nighttime, I guess it was on at 2 o'clock, and then one fan said it just totally disappeared. So, you didn't have like Facebook to go, hey, where was it? So it was just like, what happened?
Right.
So I think the Glow documentary touched on it, but not for me personally. not quite a finish.
Right.
I'm trying to do like a finish, but from a fan's point of view, not the girl's point of view.
And I think that's great because I think we would like to hear what the fans have to say and how they felt when the show ended and the impact that
Oh
they
my!
had.
Wait till this comes out, and I'll let you see this before it comes out. Is that a deal?
It's a deal.
I have the opening of it. I have these two guys that are so funny that are doing the rap, and it reminds me of the old blooper rap from Glow.
Right.
And that's going to be opening credit, and you guys will die laughing. It is so funny. And I have a few special guest stars in it, and besides, you know, it's not really Glow Girl. It's fan based.
Oh, okay.
Totally fan based.
Let me ask you that. Let's say after the Carnival Cruise, the big event that you have, what's after that from you? Just yourself, without Glow.
Well,
What's
you mean like the day after being hungover? It'll take us a year to recuperate.
There you have it. There you go.
Whoa. Okay. Where do I want to see this going? I would like to see this on TV as something. I have a few things that I'm working on. Can't really talk about, but I want to see something in regards to Glow.
So you're probably talking about maybe like doing a book?
No, Matilda has the book. The other girls are doing the book. I actually want us on TV.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I'm going a little bit bigger. I'm going bigger. And you know what? I'll get us there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, you've been working really hard. I mean, like you said, you've got. I think when we spoke a little bit over a year ago, there was girls that were doing it. You, MTV, and a couple other girls. But now it seems like over the year you've gotten more girls to jump aboard. And so.
Yeah.
I can see it keep
that's
growing.
really hard to do.
Right.
Well,
I think the more important is we have now the fans that feel like they're Glow Girls. And they're like, well, it's us too, and I kind of feel that it's them too.
Right.
And there's nothing else like that. So, who knows? Somebody, and the thing with the documentary, I want to bring it to film festivals. I want to bring it out there so somebody could go, you know what, I see something in this. Because there is something in this. It's not done yet. Not quite done yet.
What was we got a couple more minutes, but what was your favorite Glow moment? What is your favorite of all time that will always stick in your head? I'm sure there's a billion of them, but...
Well, besides being knocked out, I would have, you know what, I used to love to fight with Godiva outside the ring where we would just go for it. There was nothing written. It was kind of like, okay, we did our match. Okay, let's go outside the ring and just beat the crap out of each other, and we did. Wow. And if you look at some of our fights, you can see us fighting. You can see us really breathing hard, really like out of breath, or okay, come on, just go for it. And then at the end, we walk in the back and go, high five, that was so great, yeah. Thanks for the slap, that was great.
Hey, there's nothing like a good fight. That's what I say. Good cat fight.
Oh yeah, but if you're gonna slap me, you better hurt me so I can come back at you. That's all I'm saying.
Let me, if you want to give a couple plugs, we know you have the after party cruise.
May 22nd to the 26th, 2016. Everybody has plenty of time to get your deposits in. Be a chance of a lifetime. Okay, go ahead.
And, where else can they go for this information? I mean, is there a webpage that they can sign up at, or?
Yeah, there's going to be a webpage through Go See Travel that's going to go up in the next week or two, could be 2 weeks, and you'll get more information. And we're actually going to have an event planner about the cruise of what's going on the cruise. So you can see, like, Casino Night with Hollywood, Scavenger Hunt with Gremlina, Afterglow Fan Party. So you're going to see that. And I'm also on Twitter, Roxy After1 on Twitter. Okay. I am so proud of myself for learning how to Twitter. It's a big moment for me. But I think I'm following more people that are following me, so I'm kind of holding back a little.
And if you're listening, fans, she does answer most of her Facebook messages, and I'm pretty sure she answers all her tweets because you're one of the most interactive wrestlers online.
Yeah, because I have no life. So feel free to contact me. Roxy Astor, ROXYASTOR on Facebook, and I promise I'll be your friend. Please.
And before we wrap up real quick, the next place we can see the Glow Girls is the breast cancer awareness show in October,
Yes,
correct?
the Hotel Roosevelt, and that's October 17th. Proceeds go to cancer awareness. It's a really good cause. And I think MTV, the actual MTV, is going to be part of it. There's going to be stars there. This thing you don't want to miss. The tickets are inexpensive, but it's going to be fun. You should go,
Yes,
David.
I know.
You need to go to this.
I will go because I support a lot of the cancer fundraisers and stuff. So
Yeah, but this one's like at the Hotel Roosevelt. This
Yeah.
is going to be fun, and then hopefully, and then after that will be the Stanley, and who knows where we're going to pop up after that. Who knows?
I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna take Butchie because he still loves MTV. Ever since the
Okay.
butcher shop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, I
I thought I would never say this, but no comment.
Okay. All right. Got good taste.
I still, Roxy, you're still mine. Well,
Thank you.
just don't
Thank
tell
you.
just don't tell Dan.
It was a
please.
lot of fun. Did I already talk for an hour? Wow. Dave's like, gotta go now. Shut up.
But I want to say thank you very much for being on the show, and we will keep pushing it on Facebook and Twitter. So make sure all the fans that didn't get to listen live will be able to listen.
I will be pushing it too.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
All right. Thank you. Bye, Dan.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, guys. Well, I'd like to say thank you again to Roxy.
Yes.
Butchie, before we end off, do you want to say what your favorite memory of Glow was?
You know what? It was a great show. It was a great show. I remember very little, but I couldn't remember some of the characters. But Little Egypt was my favorite, and
She's cute.
Roxy again. She was tough, and Queen Kong and Matilda. Yeah, thank you. But it's great, and what they're doing with this whole carnival thing, I think it's a great idea. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So, looking forward to hear from it more.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do. It looks like a lot of positive vibes. With your favorite words?
Oh goodness!
Yeah.
Don't
Positive vibes to
don't
it.
touch me with that vibe word.
There's a lot of positive feedback from it. I
Yeah.
think, and it's good that they're getting all the girls back in it together.
Yeah.
Well, the girls it looks like they're growing more.
Yeah.
And I would like to see it back on TV.
Yeah.
I think it did have an impact on what we see now.
I mean, yeah, with that in mind, I never had the chance to watch Glow. By the time I was pulled off TV, I was 1 year old. So, but thanks to YouTube, like Roxy pointed out, thanks to YouTube, you're able to see the show. And I gotta admit, some of my favorite segments actually have to do with Spanish Red and the Spanish Kitchen. She's just so feisty, and that attitude she gives customers. Coming from the service industry as myself as well. Sometimes you just do want to yell at jerks like that. And I'm pretty sure this will never get to Spanish Red. But it'd make me happy if she were to become a part of it as well.
Right.
Obviously, Little Egypt. At this age, I don't know. No, wait, she was fairly young when she started out in Glow. So even in this age, she's really cute. Americana. She seems to be Benjamin Button because she looks best as she does now than she did back then. And all the girls, as a matter of fact, all the girls looked amazing. Roxy.
Yeah, I've seen Roxy looks great. Matilda looks great. They all look great. They all look like they're taking care of themselves. Me and Butchie had Roxy on MTV on the Butcher Shop. I think they can still find that on YouTube, correct?
Yes, I mean just go to Dennis the Butcher, find all kinds of videos.
Yeah, I think that was actually. It reminded me of a glow skit. It was they knew what they were doing, and poor Butchie, he always gets the worst of it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But I want to say thank you to Roxy for coming on and talking to us about Glow. Make sure you guys follow her on Facebook, Roxy Astor. That's not Roxie, that's Roxy. Make sure you find her on Twitter. Make sure you guys keep up with Glow. everything. She will keep you updated on everything that's going on with GLOW. Make sure you guys go down to the Hotel Roosevelt. Make sure you guys support the breast cancer of the fight against breast cancer, and also keep an eye out for Kamikaze.
Yes.
And make sure when they're there, this is your guys' chance. If you don't want to know what's going on with GLOW, used to be a big fan of the show, here's your chance to find out everything that's going on with GLOW. And Roxy does keep you very updated. She's very passionate about GLOW, and it's good to see somebody have a lot of passion for GLOW, because it did, no matter what anybody says, it was a big deal in the 80s.
It's part of wrestling history.
It's a part of wrestling history.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll ever get another GLOW show.
No.
Right, Butchies?
One's enough. And I mean, they're original.
The original was the best. It's like any movie. The original's always the best.
But you know what? They paid a lot for the young girls, and I'm sure they all seen, especially guys. Even I'm sure even the divas are familiar with the GLOWs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure Wendy Richter knows about GLOW.
Wendy Richter, Fabulous Moolah. I'm sure they all. I remember Matilda calling out Hulk Hogan, and I think it was on Joan Rivers' talk show that she called out Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Well, because you got to remember too, Hogan was the biggest name back in the days too. I went to at the Olympic Auditorium, and it was a lucha libre, and so I went to go see Tinieblas and El Hijo de Santos, and where they have as flyers El Gran Tiquilero, which means the money maker. It was Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, there you go.
So there you have it. That was back in the 80s.
And to me, it was Hogan,
Brother,
Ric Flair,
woo,
and Matilda. And I remember seeing her in How I Got Into College. But it was cool when we first met Roxy here too, though. It was pretty cool because I never met a GLOW girl.
Neither did I.
Yeah,
First.
it was fun, and it's funny to see that they actually the way they are on
There's a
TV,
little history now for the wrestling guys, so it's really cool that you still keep in touch with them.
Yeah. So, well, for all of us here, I want to say thank you again to Roxy, for Lewis, aka
Curse,
Butchie.
Yeah, just call me Dennis.
And for David G, want to tell you thank you. Make sure you guys listen in on Tuesday. We'll have Butchie's favorite Russian,
Sasha.
Sasha will be on. He's still upset that we bumped him for a girl.
Sasha, bring some vodka.
But for all of us here at the Wrestling Guy Presents, we are out of here.